And good morning, everybody. This is Jim Fierce with the Hot Summer Series. This is a weekly series that we're doing with Terry Lee Harrison and Nancy Burrows. And this week on the Hot Summer Series, we're going to be talking about creativity and innovation in your business. We've got a group of people. We're here at the Shameless Success Center in Lancaster, or Quartz Hill, the Antelope Valley, Quartz Hill, California, coming to you live on location. I've got a group of about, maybe 10 or 12 people that are here with me today, and we're going to be talking about how to incorporate creativity and innovation into your business. So welcome, peeps. Welcome anyone who's watching us on air, and we will go ahead and get started. So, what is creativity and innovation? So creativity is thinking up new things, coming up with new ideas. Innovation is actually implementing those ideas and putting them into action, right? So there is somewhat of a difference between creativity and innovation. You need both in your business. You need to come up with new ideas. The ideas don't do you really much good unless you implement them in some way, right? So before we get too much into creativity and innovation, in order to successfully incorporate creativity and innovation in your business, you have to shift your mind. You have to be under the right mindset. And really, ideally, if you're going to get the most out of creativity, you need to live your life with purpose. You need to live your life with joy. You need to live with humor, live with inspiration, live your life with pride, live it with honor, live it with hope. And this is a choice that we all can make every day in our lives, right? And you don't have to take too many notes, because everybody in this room, if you give me your email, I'll send you a copy of this presentation. So you'll have this to work from. If you want to take any notes outside of what's here in the presentation, that's fine. But I'll give this to you guys. Right? So I want to ask you guys a question. So we're going to talk a little bit about changing your perspective. So everybody take a look at this picture and write down the word that you see. Okay, just take a second and write down the word that you see. Okay, so by raising of your hands, how many see the word flop? Okay, majority. Do any of you see the word flip?
I do. No.
Okay.
It's my first word, flip flop.
Right. So really, the message here is flip flop, right? And if you change your perspective, whatever word you saw originally, just by changing your perspective, you can see a different word. And that's really where the whole concept of creativity comes in. It's really changing your perspective, getting the right mindset so you can be in the proper space to create. Okay? So, are there any questions before we go forward at all about creativity? Okay. So, creativity is a skill, and it's a skill that can be learned. We don't have to be Vincent van Gogh. We don't have to be Lady Gaga or Madonna. No, we don't have to be Picasso to tap into creativity. Creativity is a learned skill. We can all learn to be more creative. And if you want to tap into creativity for your business, there are things you can do on a daily basis to be more creative, right? You can just ask questions, ask the right questions, okay? Be curious about things. Wonder, well, why does it have to be this way in my business? Are there other ways that I can do things? Can I think out of the box and do it a little bit differently? What's going to be if I do that, what's going to be the ramifications of doing that? So be curious. Take some time every day to relax and have downtime. Scientific study proves that the more relaxed your mind is, the more ability you have to create. Okay? So it's real important every day to take some downtime and do the things that you really enjoy doing. If you do that, you find yourself being able to be more creative. You'll be able to get into that creative space. Some people do it by meditation. Some people, I mean, just getting a massage, for example, can really relax your whole body, your mind. Afterwards, you can really turn on the creative juices. Allow your mind to just wander sometimes. You know what I mean? Sit and contemplate nature or art, or just take some time to just sit and contemplate on things and not just be tied to a task. Because if you're just tied to tasks all day long, really, honestly, you won't be able to get into that creative space. Another great way to be creative is to just observe art. You can go to an art museum. You can go to the library, in a lot of libraries. The coffee house, I hang out at Perky's a lot. There's art like all over Perky's coffee house. You could just sit there and take in the vibe, have some coffee, right? Or tea or whatever, water, juice, whatever is your thing. You can do that and just chill. Another way to be creative is to generate a lot of ideas and write those ideas down. Okay, capture the ideas. You might not ever fully use those ideas, but generate them, write them down, keep a journal or keep a notebook of those ideas. You never know when you could go back, when something happens and you can go back and say, wow, that was an amazing idea, and now the time is right for me to incorporate that idea into my business. But if you never wrote the idea down, it'll be hard to go back and find it. So generate lots of ideas, even if they seem like crazy ideas, even if they seem like ideas that you'll never ever use. Think about them. If they come up to you, write them down, because you never know. You never know how that idea could spark another idea. Because this is how creativity is not linear. Creativity is like all over the place. It's not a linear thing. You can't go from point A to point B with creativity, right? It comes from different areas, so it's not a linear process. The process of being more creative. Journal, okay? Write journal entries. You can't believe the creativity that can come up if you just write. Even if you just took 10 minutes and just wrote your thoughts down either in the evening or at the beginning of the day, and wrote them in a journal, how much that can spark some creativity later on. And then just create things, right? Take the time to sit back and just do some creative exercises. For me, I'm not artistic by any stretch of any imagination. The best art I can do are like little stick figures. But I can create I'm not a photographer, but I can create some pretty good pictures. And I love to take pictures. And when I was out, like last weekend, I was at Newport Beach and Laguna Beach. I was taking a ton of pictures. So for me, that's a creative venue that really, really works for me, that helps me to be creative. So go in your zone, whatever your creative zone is, take some time, daily or weekly, to get into your creative zone, whatever. Some people it might be cooking. Some people it might be creating crazy coffee drinks, right? Whatever your zone is for creativity, spend some time every week doing that. The more you do it, the better you'll become at creativity, right? Okay. Any questions with learning how to be more creative and tapping into those creative skills? So let's talk. So now I want some feedback from you, and I hope you can see these. So I've got some examples of creativity, and I want everyone to take about a minute or 2 minutes on each one, and just write down what is it from each one of these pictures that I'm going to show you. What is it that is creative and inspiring to you, what creative things do you see in these examples that I'm going to show you? So I'm going to ask you to take, we're going to take about a minute maybe on each one of these, and then I'm going to ask you some questions about what creatively comes out of each one of these pictures to you, or what do you see that's creative here in this first one? So just take a minute, write a few things down. Okay.
So what is creative about that picture?
To you, right? What do you see that they've done creatively in this particular presentation? Okay, so volunteers, anyone? Yeah, Mia?
The training and coaching is in bold letters, so it's like to really emphasize on this is what you need to do in order to arrive, to be prepared and be adventurous, chill out. So those are like, that's what inspiring.
Mm-hmm. Awesome, thank you. What else?
I love that where they do explore, dream, discover. Explore is the color at the beginning, dream is in the middle, and green is at the end.
Mm-hmm. Lynette?
I didn't so much, the words didn't so much stick out to me, it's the way it's on the page, like the slant and the highlight and the colors.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
And the verbiage they use.
So I have a question,
Sure.
because it's going this way, so it's tapping into this side of the brain.
Could
Is this
be.
your creativity side, your right side?
Your left side.
Or is it your left?
Creative side.
No, right is creative.
Yeah. Oh, it's-
Left brain, I'm left brain, so I'm more organized and structured,
Okay, so mine.
but I
yeah,
think
that's what-
right
that's
brain
what
is
it-
creativity. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Anyone else on this one?
Colors,
Yeah,
bright colors,
bright colors,
neons,
neons,
pop out at you, the graphic.
the graphic design of it, right? Can you see how creativity makes this, like, because they were creative in this presentation, I mean, you get it. You get the story that they're trying to tell. Versus if it was just if it was just words on a page, you wouldn't get the effect that you get here. Right? Okay, cool. So let's look at this one. Okay, so take a minute, write a few things down. So what's creative about these packaging designs?
That's cool. The bottom one's Kleenex.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You guys see?
Okay, so what do you think? Any volunteers?
I think it's creative how they're showing you a side view of how much is left in the container so that way you know like when to refill it or whatnot.
Oh, like for the salt and pepper?
Right.
And then it's also a seasonal product. You know, like those probably sell pretty good in the spring or beginning of summer.
Yeah. I
Right,
would say that.
for sure, right?
I
Yes.
think the way it shapes it kind of elaborates what it is exactly, so it's more like, it makes you want to drink those juices because it's appealing.
Totally. I'm like, you know what? If
Yeah.
I saw those in the store, I'd be like,
Right.
oh my gosh, I want to
Right.
check these
I
out.
would be drawn to
They're
buy
so-
those first, it didn't matter
Right.
how much it cost, I'd be driven to buy those first and the other ones that are just in little store boxes.
Absolutely. Yep.
I think for me, the graphics just keep popping out at me. The creativity of how they actually created them, that's just what pops out at me every time I'm looking at them.
freaking awesome. The batteries there, like they're batteries, but they're salt and pepper, and
Yeah.
right?
Cool and hot too.
Yeah. Yes, that I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like how the tissues, like the Kleenex boxes, how they kind of just associated with summer because usually you only use it in the wintertime. Yeah.
Right. And they're wedges too. I mean, you look like you can eat those, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it smell like watermelon?
I know. I wonder. Right.
It's been going on my nose a lot.
Very cool. Okay, this one is hard to see, but this is a resume, right?
Wow, that's fun.
Now, would this, if you, this resume might not be appropriate for every situation, but boy, would it stand out in the
Yeah.
proper situation.
Yeah.
I would definitely I would be inspired. If I received this,
Right.
I would be inspired to read it, right? Like, really check it out.
It has a real like modern style to it, something that's it's out of the box. So that would probably, being where I came from, where I used to run a business and do a lot of hiring and things like that, a lot of times I would look at resumes and if it looked boring, I wouldn't even read it.
Exactly. Right?
I know it sounds bad.
No, that's
True.
that's true.
But I
That's
love-
human nature.
He also incorporated like the things that need to be on a resume too. So he didn't go outside of the box entirely that it didn't make sense.
Oh,
But he
yeah.
still has like the pinpoints, which is good because you don't want to read the paragraphs. It's all that stuff is highlighted in this more creative way than just dots.
Right.
I think I'm updating my resume.
Right. Right. Seriously. Yep. We're in a different age now. We're in the age where we can be creative, we can be different, we can be unique. Right? We can take advantage of all of these things. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Say,
Oh, those are
that's
shoes.
interesting.
Oh, those are shoes.
It says
It's
sale.
a tattoo.
But then, huh?
It says sale.
Yeah, I got that right, yeah, but I was just like, I'm not mistaken, I saw the heel. That's probably like some leather or something.
I think if I saw that, I would definitely go and see what they had on sale.
Right.
You know what?
Yeah, I would definitely go see what they have on sale if I saw that.
Those are hot.
And it's not even a shoe.
It does kind of look like a tattoo though.
It's
They
not,
had that in
it's not a shoe?
front.
Really?
It does. Leather though.
I mean, it's appealing,
What do you guys think?
it's sexy.
Yeah, I think it's sexy, exotic. It's, it captures your attention. It pulls you in.
Exactly.
Colors are nice.
That's so different than if it was just one purse.
Oh, yeah.
And I like that they give it a versatile, making it versatile to, you got all these choices for the winter.
Yeah, a variety.
Mhm.
I like the green and blue.
I'll get it for you.
I'll be late.
I think it'll really
Okay.
compliment your eyes.
So now I want to do a little exercise with you, and I literally just thought of this off the top of my head this morning. I was in a creative space as I was putting this presentation together. So in this little exercise, I've got 4 words: dog, cat, nap, and exercise. I want you to fill in the next 4 words, and I want you to be creative,
Water.
innovative. I want you to go out of your normal box, like whatever would be your normal, go into a new normal, go into a different, like get outside of yourself and be creative and come up with 4 words that somehow tie into dog, cat, nap, and exercise. Okay, you've got about a minute to do this. Okay, you ready? You ready, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with you. Dog, cat, nap, exercise.
Television, music, purr, bark.
Bird bark. Awesome. Television, music, bird bark. Very good, Mike. So any explanation, like how did that?
Okay, the television, one, because I exercise with a Wii on my television. My cat and dog are usually there with me when I'm watching television. I like to listen to music via my television, through the satellite radio. My cat purrs, my dog barks. Okay, not so creative, but you know.
Hey, it works for you.
Right.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. Yeah.
Okay, what I had to associate the words, but love, pounce, calm, and spirit.
Love, pounce.
Calm and spirit.
Love, pounce, calm, and
Spirit.
spirit. Oh, okay.
Because love, I have a dog, and my dog is the only human person that he's always present
Right.
in the moment because he's a dog, so he doesn't. So he is love. Cat, I associate it with pounce because I'm very spontaneous. Nap, I associate it with me being calm, stillness, that time of stillness. And exercise, this morning when I was exercising, I felt my spirit just flowing because I feel like I'm running with my spirit, and it's just,
Nice.
I was in my zone when I was
Awesome.
running.
Love it. Very good.
I didn't do it. I I guess I'm not creative enough. I couldn't even come up with anything. I didn't know what it was really asking.
Okay, so you were blocked. That's all right. We'll come back to you. We'll unblock you. That's all right. We'll unblock you. We'll come back to you and unblock you.
Okay, read, dream, walk, friends, fit, explore, and peaceful.
Read, dream, walk,
Friends.
friends.
Fit.
And you kept it going. Awesome.
Well,
Because you're like an overachiever, right? You're like, I'm going to go and go and go. I love it. Thank you, Lynette.
I put stretch, breathe, play, fun.
Okay, and how did that kind of associate? Like, how did that
Well, I don't know,
come
I guess
together?
I was just kind of going with the flow. I wasn't taking like each
Right.
word. I was like dog. I was picturing a dog and a cat napping and exercising, stretching and breathing afterwards, I guess.
Awesome. I
But
love it. Yep.
I got friendship, rejuvenate, play, and explore.
Cool. And how did that kind of come together?
My dog is my best friend.
Nice.
I think I associated cats with napping, which is part of the rejuvenation. You know, I don't have a cat. I do have a dog, but when I take a nap with her, like just sit there and pet her, I feel like it's very relaxing and soothing to me. It's kind of a recharge. Play. When I do exercise, a lot of it, like I play softball, so that for me is like playtime. And explore is when I either try to train my dog to do a new trick, or if I just play with her. That is like, she always seems to surprise me. She always does something that just cracks me up, and I just
Cool.
love it. So that is something.
Awesome. It's very cool how these associations come to be. Kevin?
You know, kind of just going as we go, but I had bite,
Bite. That's a good one.
bark,
Bark.
eat, and sleep.
Bite, bark, eat, and sleep.
You
Awesome.
know, you've got, your dogs, are kind of the, they chase cats. I didn't identify with the cat, but that's what I was with the cat. And, with them napping, obviously they're sleeping, and I just really wasn't, my thoughts weren't there with it. But I really didn't have a thought with it. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, cool. I mean, everyone's an individual. We all have our own creative place. There's no right or wrong, right? Because it's all where we are in our creative place. So, Jeff.
I like patterns. And so if you take them in pairs, like dog and cat, they can go together, but they're opposites. And if you just go cat and nap, they're associated. Nap and exercise are opposites as well. So I just kept going on, 2 words like that. So the next 4 are grow, fuel, play, and relax. Because if you exercise, you grow. To grow, you need to fuel yourself. You need fuel to play, and then opposite of play is relax.
I think it's really funny how he said that, how he grouped it. I grouped them kind of the same thing, but I did, I associated cat as far as napping.
Yeah.
And dog is always exercise. I think, you play frisbee, you throw the ball, and the cat is like, you're like, move out of the way, you're in my spot. So that's just really funny how you associated the opposites, but it's still the same thing.
Right.
So that was like 2 different ways to view that whole exercise.
It's fascinating, right? It is very cool.
So I have loyal, energetic, relax, and health. So you took kind of them in order, and went with the characteristic of each. Dogs are very loyal. We have a cat, and it's a ball of energy when it's not sleeping. It's either sleeping or it's running around. Naps are relaxing, and exercise I just associate with health.
Awesome. Good job.
Okay, I did dog, cat, nap, exercise, water, Zija, plants, forest.
Exercise, water, Zija. Okay, so you're another overachiever. I think. No, did you do?
No, I did 4.
Oh, you did 4. Okay.
So basically, like with exercising, you need to drink water.
Right.
In order to be healthy, you also have to drink your Zija, get your nutrition in. And since Zija is made with a plant, the moringa oleifera, I put plants and then plants in the forest, and kind of went from there.
Awesome. Cool. Okay, from the back.
Okay, dog, cat, nap, exercise. What I visualize is a dog and a cat that have grown up together. And the dog's sleeping, so it's string, fun, run, love, and bliss. So while the dog's sleeping, the cat's playing with the string, having fun, running around, wakes up the dog, and the dog and cat just love each other, and then there's bliss.
I love it. So he told a story, right?
Did. Great.
Cool.
Okay, I grouped them, but I grouped them in groups of 2. Dog and a cat, a nap and the exercise. Ready? Okay. You guys, guess what I said for the next one? Anyone? Coffee? Yes! Coffee? I worked it in as soon as I could. Coffee, tea, work, play.
All right, let's give everyone a hand. Well, you guys did awesome. And we'll do some exercises later that will definitely get you unblocked, okay? So here's the importance of creativity and innovation in your business. I mean, we're having a lot of fun today. Creativity actually brings a fun factor, so why not bring it into your business and make your business fun, right? I mean, we work hard all the time. Why not incorporate some creativity and innovation, make it fun, and some of the other benefits are with incorporating creativity is you can increase sales, you can work smarter and not necessarily always harder. Work smarter, right? Make more connections. Use today's technology. Bring it into your business. Use today's technology. There's so much of it out there that's free. There's so many productivity apps. There's an app for just about everything now. There are ways that you can incorporate those apps into your business, make yourself, through creativity and innovation, make you and your business way more productive, right? And we should do that. Incorporate social media. I know it's a big, massive time suck and hole that you can sink into with social media. But if you keep it simple, pick 1 or 2 platforms that you're going to concentrate on, and then just go with it. You can really be creative instead of just pitching. Okay, I hate to be pitched by anybody. I absolutely detest it. I will walk away from you literally if you start pitching to me because I don't need it. I don't want to hear it. I don't know you yet. I don't have a relationship with you. Don't pitch your crazy crap to me, okay? Because I don't know you, right? I'm going to do business with people who I know, like, and trust. social media is a way that you can use to start establishing relationships with people. And you can be creative in the way that you do that. You saw some of the examples that I posted. Those kind of things will draw people in to you. If you take a creative approach with your business, with the way that you communicate your business, with the way that you communicate who you are, you don't have to pitch to people anymore. You can draw them into you. You can be creative with the stuff that you put out there and draw people into you. Okay? If you pitch them, I guarantee you, in this day and time, people will just shut you down in a hot second. They'll turn you off, they'll shut you down. I don't want to hear it. But if you engage with them in a creative way, they'll be intrigued. They'll be like, oh, I want to see more. Like some of the photos we saw, with the sale, with the shoe and the sale. I mean, it's intriguing. It makes you want to check it out, right? Makes you want it brings out the curiosity in you. It makes you want to explore what's going on. So why don't we bring that? Right, yeah. I mean, it's vibrant. It's, people using their creativity to put something out there to draw you in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. So, some things to consider as you incorporate business, creativity into your business is you don't have to accept the status quo. You don't have to keep doing things. If the way you're doing things right now aren't getting you to where you need to go, you don't have to keep doing it that way. We're in 2014. You don't have to run your business the way businesses were always run. You don't have to do that anymore. There's so many creative and innovative ways, an infinity amount of creative and innovative ways we can approach our businesses.
What about those that aren't creative? Like I personally,
you are. Look at how you're put together. You got an amazing outfit. Your hair is
like as far as
together.
Putting stuff together, I'm always drawing a blank. So many, like our first meeting, my thing was my sheet. All these questions here in the ask. Okay.
You're just
blank.
You're blocked. So we're gonna do we'll do some things with you specifically to unblock you because it's like writer's block. You're just blocked, but there are ways to bring it out.
There is really something in there.
Yeah, there's a lot in there. I can see you are so put together. Look at your creativity. You can see your creativity in the necklace that you have on, the sweater you're wearing, the shirt, the watch, the glasses. No, it's not. It's you.
Okay.
You're bringing us.
All right, so I'll
Your
keep an eye on your.
Everyone has their own type of character.
Right.
And you're sharing this with the world.
Right.
That's not being self-centered.
Yeah.
Presentation.
Yep. Yeah, the presentation is awesome. It's awesome.
Thank you.
I love it. So think about.
It was for you to receive it.
Yes, receive it. What resources can you tap into? Again, creativity and innovation. Let's think out of the box. Let's think of what are the resources that are out there, because there are so many. Let's tap into them. Negotiate for services, right? There's a lot of things that we can negotiate for. We don't have to trade cash for everything. We have a lot to offer people. We can negotiate services, right? We can trade services. How you use social media. Let's be creative and innovative. Let's think outside of the box. Let's draw people into us instead of make people run fleeing because of our ridiculous posts that we put out there, right? What are some other ways that we can bring creativity into our businesses? Go see what other people are doing. Yep, you can be so inspired, right?
Actually, I have next Wednesday, I have a day plan to go down to like Beverly Hills and other salons just to get some inspiration. Just to leave the animal out.
Right.
Get out of here.
Yes. You want to take me with you?
Absolutely.
I'll go. Sure.
Brainstorming with your business partners.
Yep. Say that again.
Brainstorming with business partners.
Absolutely. Brainstorming is so important.
It is.
Ideate, coming up with ideas. Look at I mean, with the little exercise that I did with the dog and the cat and that. Look at what came out of that in this room. The inspiration that we got just from that little exercise. we can inspire each other, right? We can work together, we can power partner, we can ideate together and come up with ideas, amazing ideas, right? What else? Anything else?
I have, go ahead.
Yes.
The peanut gallery here. Oh, I just had a couple resources that I use that I wanted to share with you guys in case it's helpful. And number one is, you guys have seen, I just launched an online radio show. It's really super easy to do. Anybody can do it and have a show based on beauty, health and wellness, real estate, whatever you'd like. If you're interested, I can give you more details on that. Do you all know about Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com? All the cute little things that I've been posting lately, they're $5 on Fiverr. If you want to get creative, you can go in there and type logo on coffee, or just kidding, but seriously, but logo on building, you name it. There's all kinds of things that people will do for $5, and so you can have real cute, creative things. Some you can tell them what you want. Some it's just what it is, like the lips with the rhinestones. Fiverr.com. I didn't come up with that. I wish I did. And then the last one is just even on your pads, there's an app called Fonto, Phonto. And so a lot of like my radio stuff lately, I'll just grab a picture and I can show you how to use Fonto offline, but it's how to make your cute graphics for Facebook that apply to your life, your business. And the Fonto app's like $1.99. Give me a break. So, and so all of these things can just help, especially once you've opened up your creativity box. It can help you just be able to get it out there to the people you want to reach.
So Terry, at the end, give me links to that. I'll add those links to the presentation so that when I send it out to you guys, you'll have all of the links.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think if
yeah,
you put yourself in an environment that you're normally not in, like if you're, go to the symphony or go to museums or go to other organizations, other types of work other than your own, and see what they're doing and see what you can take back that you can implement or fine tune that'll fit into your business. Because somebody else, maybe they're a rocket scientist, but you may see something they're doing or not doing that'll work just for you. But if you take a different route to work every day, if you do things differently, then you break that mold, that thinking that's going on in your mind, and do things differently on a regular basis. Take it half a day, every week or two, and just go do something totally different, totally random, and you'll expose yourself to people and ideas that you've never heard or seen before, and then you may wake up in the middle of the night and say, oh, I can do this. And if you write down 10 creative things every day, just randomly, whatever you're thinking about, just do it on a habitual basis, then your imagination will expand and you'll be able to implement it in whatever you're doing.
Right. Which ties into creativity is a skill. It's not, some people are more talented creatively than others, like Lady Gaga or Madonna. I could never create music or create a look like they do or go into that space. But there are other areas where I'm like super creative. Like, I put this presentation together literally in probably an hour this morning. Right? This is a creative endeavor, right?
Absolutely.
One of the things that I've done, being a hairstylist here in Yellow Valley, is what you guys don't know about me is I did have a 9-year-old daughter that died in a car accident, so I'm a part of the Compassionate Friends, which is a local nonprofit organization for bereaved parents. And what I do is every year is I donate gift cards to whoever purchases the package. So now I'm attracting these people in my life that we have something in common, and I know that it's really difficult to get back into feeling beautiful when you've lost a child. So that's really dear to my heart. And then I've also joined I'm a More with the local breast cancer society, and hair is important for the people when their hair goes back, when they have when they've been through chemotherapy. So just networking with your power partners and just going out there and just representing. And you don't always have to donate, but just find a way to tie yourself with other organizations to put yourself out there.
And you learn from and you get inspired.
So many other things,
Yep, learn and get inspired. Okay, so real quickly, I want to talk a little bit about problem solving. So this is just one example of one way that you can bring a problem solving exercise and use it to be more creative and innovative. So when problems come up, especially bigger problems, like maybe not just the everyday little tedious problems, but a bigger problem that your business or your personal life you're facing, just define that problem, document it, okay? Clearly define it, do a little bit of analysis on the problem, do a little bit of research around it, write it down, and then let it go for a while. Walk away. So define the problem, walk away, let it incubate, and this is how creativity happens. So you define the problem, then you just let it go, you walk away, let it incubate. Okay. At some point, you're going to get that epiphany, that aha moment. Okay. For me, I went through a rebranding exercise. I was a business coach. There was nothing really sexy about being a business coach, right? Seriously, there's not. But when you tell people I'm the innovation coach, that's hot.
You're bringing sexy back.
Right, exactly. Exactly. And for me, it was like an epiphany. It was like, it came, it came to me as an aha moment. And that's typically what happens when you have these big problems that you're working on, whether they're life problems or business problems. Document them, define them, do a little bit of analysis, do a little bit of research, then close the book, put it aside, wait, let it incubate, okay, and then the pieces will come together. The pieces will come together, and you'll get that aha moment. And then the final step is verifying the problem. So you have a problem, you've defined it, you think you have a solution, verify that that solution works, and when it does, problem solved. Okay, if it doesn't, then you go back through the process again. Okay, does that make sense? So this is just one small way that you can incorporate creativity into your business. You have to go? Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I want to take just a minute with all of this that we've gone through. As I was researching for this presentation, I found this picture. It's contemporary art, right? So I found this. So I thought, well, let's do a quick exercise with this, and I want to understand how does this speak to you? What in this picture speaks to you, and what questions or what things come out of this that might be intriguing or thought-provoking?
The light that's in pieces.
Yes.
Okay.
The left side is,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, the left side is organized and the right side is organized.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
I see the time, the clocks, it's like, there's a window of opportunity. It's time to put things, together.
Mm-hmm.
I thought like you have the violin, right, and then
Right.
the clocks and the bicycle. That to me is like what you like to do in your pastime, your hobbies, things that that kind of give you your you time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What do you think about the bike being in pieces, like torn apart?
Well, when I saw that, I thought, well, maybe this person, or it would appeal to somebody who likes to build things or put things together. Like I know, for example, my son likes to build skateboards and bikes, so I see that
Right.
in my
Yeah.
garage.
Yes, exactly.
But the end
Yep.
result is cool,
Yep. Yep.
So,
The other thing that I know, go ahead, Mike. No,
Well,
go
I
ahead.
see a little bar truck there that I can see.
Right, there's some stuff that you
Yeah.
can't see,
Can't see
unfortunately,
from the
down.
bicycle.
There's a,
So my thought was, okay, wait a minute, we need to get another wheel and
Yeah.
tires.
Yeah.
We need to get sprocket and chain and cranks and pedals.
well, the cranks and pedals are down here. The
Yeah,
handlebars, I think, are
okay.
there. There's
Okay.
an interesting pair of shoes right here. And there's a, what is that thing called that keeps time? Metronome. Yeah, there's a metronome right
what
there.
about the lettering on the wall?
Uh-huh.
I can't really.
So there's one that's easy to see that says intimacy.
Okay, there you go.
There's something about, is it loyal? I don't know. I can't read that. L-O.
Lonesome?
I don't think it's lonesome. It could be lonesome. I don't know.
It's just mirrored.
Yeah.
That's like what it
looks like love.
Yeah, it could be
It's
love.
mirrored.
Yep. Yep. Now, I'm not sure what these three things right? It looks like maybe a plastic bag, or I'm not sure what these three things are here. But you know what's most interesting to me? So there's a window, right? But the tree or the bush, whatever this is like on the inside of the window. What does that mean?
Yeah. These are not taking care of their yard very well.
Or it could be a window of opportunity. Like
Yeah.
you may, while you're going through that moment of opportunity, you may run into obstacles or difficulties, but you find your way through it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, and there's two clocks, and one says 11:10, and the other one says like 12:15. So is this like 1 hour in time?
Two different time zones?
Two different, yeah.
I see it as a season, you know, it's a season in life. The bike's apart, maybe it hasn't been ridden for a while, but it's not really dirty. And, you know, it's all about perspective because you're looking through a window. So where are you at in life at that point? What are you feeling? What do you think? But time continues to go on with the other clock. So, you know, this is just transition. You're there for a season or a reason. You're fluid. It's not always going to be like this.
Wow. Any other comments? Perspective, right? Perspective. It's interesting that, you know what, I think the cool thing about creativity, and especially art, is it speaks to each one of us differently, right? We get different things out of it. There are some things that are very similar, but there are also different things. So that's really cool. Okay, so the whole thing about getting into the creative space is it's an attitude and a mind shift. So I'm going to read this, and this I pulled from a book that I'm working through called Thinker Toys, and it's a way to become more inspired and more creative. But creators look at what is and what can be instead of what is not. Instead of excluding possibilities, creators include all possibilities, both real and imagined. They choose to interpret their own world and do not rely upon the interpretation of others. Most importantly, I wish she was here to hear this, most importantly, creators are creative because they believe they're creative. So it starts with the I can create, and just believing that you can create. And in your own way, you can be creative. All of us in our own way, right? Is that cool? Okay.
Yeah, very.
So I wanted to just spend a minute, just a quick minute, and tell you what I do as an innovation coach, right? And how I tie that into working with people and their businesses. So one of the first things that I do with the business is do an overall assessment. So where are you with your business? What are you doing well? What are you doing not so well? I want to take a look at your infrastructure, because in order to take your business to the next level, in order to really be creative and innovative with your business, you have to have an infrastructure in place. You have to have a sound infrastructure in place, whatever that is, however it applies to your business. Then I work with you, consult with you, and talk about, well, what are the appropriate issues that you want to work on with your business? And then taking all of that into account, incorporate creative and innovative techniques to develop solutions that are customized for you and your business, right? And that includes doing some things like brainstorming, mind mapping, Imagineering, and there's a whole slew of other tools in the toolbox that I can pull from to help people to grow their businesses. So that's all that I have with the presentation part of this. So I'm going to close out. I'm going to stop the broadcast on the Hangout.